span to speak of. As I sat in the dining room in my pajamas, trying my best to motivate my 6.5-year-old son to read, I couldn't help but feel silly. I was known for being a Guinness record holder for memory, a CEO, a brain expert, and a best-selling author. The person who turned ADHD and dyslexia into advantages. And yet, at that moment, I would be thrilled if I could get my son to pay attention for 5 seconds. Being a dad is my favorite role, but on this day, it felt like a chore. We were sitting at the table and looking down at phonics flashcards, and for the last 10 minutes, we'd been working on sounding out the words. Yet it wasn't going well. Lex couldn't stop goofing around, or so I thought. And when I couldn't take it any longer, I snapped. "Lex, you know how to sound this out, so why are you goofing around so much?" I held the card up to his face. "I'm trying, but I don't know." He paused, and we both looked up as my wife entered the room. When I turned back to him, I saw that the clowning face was broken as a single tear slid down his cheek. Moments later, he couldn't hold it back, and the tears flowed. I dropped the card and pulled him into a hug. "Buddy Boo, what is it?" I asked, feeling like a royal ass at that moment. He continued to cry as he wrapped his legs and arms around me, as any vulnerable 6-year-old would. I held on and waited patiently until he caught his breath. "I'm trying to focus," he sniffed, "but it's hard. I don't know, but if it's a B sound or a D sound, it changes in my head." In between gasps, he pointed at the flashcard I had thrown down. Bottle. My gut tensed with pain. I had to overcome ADHD and dyslexia challenges as a child. Heck, as an adult, I'd lectured on it, coached, and guided thousands of students on how to turn that challenge into an advantage. But this was the first time it had ever hit so close to home. In that moment, I realized my son was maybe too much of a chip off the old block. "You mean you reverse the letters in your head?" I asked. "No, I'm reading forward, not like in reverse," he replied, shaking his head at me. "Duh." With that, the tension broke. His adorable response threw me into a fit of laughter, and Lex followed along, even though he didn't know why. It felt good. After the brief laugh, though, his sad face returned. His shoulders were hunched forward, sulking while looking down. "Let's change gears," I told him. I stood up and took a deep breath and prompted him to follow along. I mimed a soldier marching with my head held high. We puffed out our chests and held our chins up. I even made a goofy face, and it got a laugh. "When you feel emotional or sad," I explained, "your body will follow your brain and start to withdraw from the world." I explained how his body was slumped forward and his head was down, looking at the ground. This posture told his brain to stay sad. But it goes both ways. If we want to feel better, we can shake off these bad feelings by moving our bodies. After a few minutes of standing and smiling, my son was feeling better, but was still fidgeting a bit. Changing how your body moves can instantly shift moods and emotions in the brain. But if we want bigger change, we need to balance brain chemistry. Happy brains, please stand up. The Smile Brain Hack. Our minds and bodies are connected so closely that our thoughts influence our heart rate, blood pressure, and even immune response. The reverse is also true. By simply smiling or laughing, we can lower blood pressure and better fight disease. This mind-body connection was once thought of as a pseudoscience, but it is now an established fact. Subjects who are simply told to laugh, smile, or change posture on a daily basis have shown surprising mental and health improvements, from lowering depression, raising test scores, and even strengthening immune responses to disease. This should not be used as a tool to mask or ignore underlying causes of conditions like depression or anxiety. Instead, therapists use this phenomenon as a tool to temporarily improve moods in patients, so they have more strength.